allow the chair to deliver a short welcome remarks and as well as an opening statement of the Quadcom, being the lead chairperson of the said committee. Good afternoon, honorable co-chairmen, esteemed colleagues. Welcome to the organizational meeting of the joint four committees referred to as Quadcom. This historical and unprecedented committee is the product of a resolution and privileged speeches which tasked the committee to address an urgent matter of national concern and importance, needing the consolidation of the investigations being done by four major committees, namely Committee on Dangerous Drugs, Committee on Public Accounts, Committee on Public Order and Safety, and Committee on Human Rights. It came about when things became clear that the four committees are investigating issues that are interrelated, interconnected, and intertwined. Our individual investigations confirmed the existence of big Chinese organized crime syndicate operating in our shores with the intention of undermining the security of our government. The investigations confirmed what we have long suspected. The syndicate has been operating for quite a long time already. This well-organized syndicate floods the country with dangerous drugs in probable connivance with corrupt officials and employees of the government, agencies, and possibly local government officials. Drugs destroy societies. Its uncontrolled proliferation was the main culprit why thousands of our countrymen were allegedly executed without benefit of due process. To date, we are painstakingly putting the pieces together in the hope of giving justice to the victims. As if the tons upon tons of dangerous drugs were not enough, the syndicate brought in hot money into the country to wash and launder in casinos and pogos. Once legitimized, the money is then used to buy influence in government. This influence enables the members of the syndicate to corrupt even more government workers who then issue identification papers, cards, and certifications based on falsified information, leading to their assumption of fake Filipino identities and citizenships. Agencies tasked to oversee and evaluate applications will have a lot of explaining to do, as they all invoke the so-called ministerial duties in accepting and processing applications. Once done, the syndicate formed corporations pretending to be Filipinos. The regulatory agency in charge, which never even bothered to undertake due diligence as to the real citizenship or citizenships and qualifications of those applicants, likewise invoked ministerial duties as their mandate in registering all these corporations. These dubious Filipino-controlled corporations then engage in a buying spree of properties, real estate, drug and pogo money being their main capital. Thanks to the great assistance of some local government officials and employees who facilitated these illegal transactions, of course, for a hefty fee or price, of course. To perpetuate this illegal activity, there has to be unlimited source of funds. Thus, drugs continued to flood our shores and pogos became the hubs of all kinds of criminality such as kidnap for ransom, murders, tortures, human trafficking, money laundering, cybercrimes, cyber scams, and other unspeakable crimes. Pogo, an entity completely alien in our culture until Executive Order number 13 was issued, because a monster and became a monster almost overnight. In the guise of being a savior by bringing in much needed revenues that the government may use for healthcare and other priority projects, Pogo turned out to be a dud and revealed its true color as the worst curse any government system could ever face. Hogos in reality became the faster vehicle for the members of the syndicates to come ashore and become legitimate visitors, investors, students, and even citizens. No thanks to the dozens of agencies empowered to issue all kinds of visas for a price, again, of course. That likewise empowered the syndicate to operate almost unnoticed and unhampered, and even protected by some members of our own law enforcement agencies. Now it becomes the daunting task of this new committee to continue in a unified and stronger front what the individual committees have started, in the hope of crafting legislative solutions as well as assist greatly in the prosecution and conviction of the perpetrators, conspirators, and masterminds of the whole criminal network. By unmasking them and exposing their activities through this wide congressional investigation, we promise that we will leave no stone unturned until we have finally solved the puzzle. So thank you very much and good afternoon to all our members present today.